Hey, what's up, guys? It's Larry, the robot maker, robot general. And today we're going to talk about why you should be doing video marketing now. And this is part two because I did one earlier and I felt that I didn't have a chance to really dive deep. And I was creating the answers while like on the fly, just to see how fast I can create it. And I came up with more than 10. I actually had like 12 reasons or whatever, 13 maybe. But I want to sort of uh, go deeper, like I said, without the distraction of trying to come up with answers. So that's the reason why we're doing this call right now. Now, I'm actually going to uh, basically update and change the slides in front of you because I'm developing this class. Okay. So that's why you don't see like a full screen on my presentation. You see a partial screen. Okay. But don't let that distract you. The content is going to be easy to see. Right. And for the most part, you really only need to focus on what's being said because I don't have any like actual visual cues or anything like that. Also, I want to say, if you have any questions, if you have something you want to contribute or anything, feel free to interrupt me. Feel free to comment or unmute yourself. Uh, these classes are for you, and I want to answer any questions. And of course, any question you ask or create, anyways, it makes for a better conversation and makes for a better class. And I'm doing this for YouTube, meaning I do these classes for YouTube content. So I felt that if I'm going to do them, I might as well do them live so that I make myself accountable for doing these videos, number one. And number two, it introduces the potential of better content because I'll be creating content literally based on what people are asking or people are saying. So I felt that that was the right approach. And at the same time, I think that it makes me accountable, like I said. So I'm forced to do these videos because 2021, I wanted to do YouTube videos and never did any because I never time blocked for it. I kept on telling myself I'll do them when I get a chance, or whenever I have time, and that never happened. So now I schedule it, so I'm forced to do it because I have an audience, I have people subscribing, etc., etc. Like to my Zoom calls, I have like 125 subscribers. So basically, I have no choice but to do these calls, even if I don't feel like it, right? So yeah, that's kind of like the whole point is to create content, but with you guys being here, it makes it better and easier for me. Okay, so let's go ahead and go back to the presentation. All right, so 10 reasons why you need to do video marketing now. Now, I actually have more than 10, but 10 just sounds good. And I want to start off with a little quote by Warren Buffett. He says that if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. And as profound as that sounds, it's pretty logical and common sense almost. Like, that makes sense. I mean, if I don't learn how to make money while I'm sleeping, meaning when I'm not doing anything, then I will work until I die because I won't have any income unless I'm working, right? So I think it's sort of uh, focusing on passive income that you can make without having to put out work. And I kind of look at marketing the same way. In fact, if I was to steal this quote, I would say, if you don't find a way to market while you are asleep, you will market until you die, right? That'd be my version, right? And I should probably steal that. But yeah, so I think it's the same concept, right? If you don't find a way to market while you're sleeping, meaning while you're not active, right, then you will always be marketing until you die. Okay. So again, 10 reasons why you need to do video marketing. And if you want free resources or if you want to just skip, you can just go to larrylee.com or you can text larrylee.com to 832-606-2193, and then you'll be sent some free resources. Okay. Basically, you'll be sent to, where is that? Oh, I must have deleted. No, it just didn't load. There it is. You'll be sent to my link bio, and it'll give you a lot of different options for downloads and access, like to my free training classes and such. Okay. All right. So again, video marketing, 10 reasons why you need to do more video marketing now. Okay. These are the things that I actually more than 10 that I actually created on the fly, meaning I did it literally live last week. And again, the whole purpose or point of this call is to not only review these, but also go a little bit deeper. And I actually do want to kind of edit the content a little bit, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm doing this live for you guys, so you guys can also see how you can actually do presentations and create classes like I'm doing right now, right? So this class right now, what you're watching, is an example of why and how you can do video marketing, right? But I'm actually using Canva to create my slides, as you can see here, which is why I'm kind of giving you like a behind the scenes view. But I'm going to create this class right now because, again, let me tell you, I don't have time to do these classes on the side, so I'm doing them live while I'm teaching you guys this class because I'm going to be teaching this class anyways, right? So the way I'm doing this is I'm actually going to chunk these 12 into separate pages. And what I'm doing is I'm actually making 12 copies of the same content. That way, I can make it easy. Okay. So, again, number one is nobody else is going to, no, nobody else is doing it. Right. So why is that important? Because if no one else is doing it, then you're going to stand out. You're going to be ahead of the competition, right? You're going to uh, have uniqueness. You're going to have what's the best way to describe this? You're going to be in places that other people cannot be because of your videos. Okay. And that to me is a very powerful reason of why you should be doing video marketing, because if you can, in a way, get market share in places that other people are not in, then that's going to give you, again, a competitive advantage, right? For example, there's billions of YouTubers, right? If you're not doing video, you're not on YouTube, so you're missing out to on those billions of viewers, right? But if you have videos on YouTube, not saying that you don't have 2 billion people view, but you have access to that, right? So that's just a very cut and dry example of where doing video puts you in places that other people are not. So let's say, I don't know, you have 100 loan officers or 100 real estate agents that are in your market. They're all fighting for market share. Well, if you're the only one out of those 100 real estate agents or loan officers doing video, then you're going to be in places that those other 99 loan officers and real estate agents are not going to be, right? That should be pretty simple, right? I mean, it makes a lot of sense. And I know a lot of you guys are thinking, for sure, because I do a lot of coaching and I talk to a lot of people about video marketing, you don't want to do video because you're scared of it. You're afraid that you're too fat or too ugly or too smelly or too old or too skinny or too white or too black or too brown, right? Or too green. Okay. You're bald or you have too much hair, whatever, right? Whatever reason, whatever excuses you have, the thing about that is that everyone who's not doing video has the same excuses, right? So if you can get past that excuse, you're going to be that much further than everyone else, right? That's the barrier right there. That's the obstacle that people are afraid to cross. That's the fear, right? Once you get rid of that fear, then you automatically are ahead, and all those other people are going to be stuck behind that line because of your willingness to get past this fear. Okay. Let me say something to you guys, okay, about this. If you do business as a loan officer or real estate agent right now, if you are able to meet people in person, if you're able to talk to them on the phone, if you're able to go out and network, if you're able to gain business through your sphere, meaning the people you go to church with or the people that you may have worked for in the past, or maybe your neighbors, if you're able to do business in that aspect of that capacity, then you're able to do video. Why? Because people know you in person. They know what you smell like. They know what you look like. They know you're fat, they're ugly, skinny, whatever. They know all that stuff, right? And they're still willing to do business with you. If they're still willing to do business with you, then a video version of you would be able to be just as effective. But the great thing is, you cannot be a million places all at the same time. You can't do that, right? Whereas a video can. Okay. And that's the difference. That's the advantage of having videos. You're basically creating a clone of you and being able to distribute it to, I mean, unlimited places. Okay? I mean, okay, scientifically, logically, there is a limited place, but in reality, if you think about it, the realm of possibility is you're not going to be able to count it with your feeble human brain. Okay, so it is unlimited to us at least, right? So someone made a comment, something like, "Good stuff, brother. Listening to on my way to the beach. I love the notification that you are going live. Got me hooked. Thanks for the inspiration." No, thank you, Facebook user. I don't know who you are. Maybe I'll find out later on, but I appreciate the comments, and of course, it just encourages me. And see, that right there is an example of why going live on video is great, because you're connecting with people, you're inspiring people, you're bringing positivity, you're bringing value, right? I mean, I don't know who this person is, but hopefully by being on this call and watching this video, they're going to gain some sort of value. And that right there is something that's hard to do with just a regular text post, right? I mean, again, he talked about notifications, he or she talked about notifications. Facebook, and this, I'll talk about this later, Facebook or whatever program that or platform I'm on, because I'm on like 8 of them right now, notified this person about my video, which is something that you don't get much of with regular post and regular marketing. Okay, so I appreciate you chiming in on that. Right. So let's go back to the presentation. Like I said, if you can do business now regularly as a person without video, then you can do it on video. In fact, video is actually, you can edit and polish. In fact, I don't know if you noticed, if you watched last week's video, I'm wearing the same outfit. Why am I wearing the same outfit as I did last week? Because the plan is to take the videos from the first video and combine it with a second video and make it look like it's one video, right? So it's almost like I'm giving myself 2 chances to make a more polished version of this video. This is a live stream. This is unrehearsed. This is on the fly. There's a lot of uh, spontaneity and coming stuff from the top of my head. That's what's going on right now live. But when I upload the edited, polished version of video on YouTube, it's going to be a lot shorter, a lot cleaner, less ums and ahs, and less surprises. Right? It's going to be a lot cleaner. And I'm wearing the same outfit, so it looks like it's one video, even though I'm combining 2. That's another reason. That's a bonus reason. That's I probably talked about later on the list, but that's another bonus reason why video is awesome. Okay, so all right, next slide here. And this is actually one of my favorites reasons, which is, I don't even know if it's going to work the way I want it to work. Once it's done, I knew it was going to change that. Let me just type it in myself. Once it's done, it's on autopilot. Okay. You set it and you forget it. What I mean by that is, once you create a video, it pretty much just does its job for you. Like, there's nothing more for you to do. Like, you're basically, for that particular piece of content, for that particular message, or for that particular piece of marketing, you're done. Like, it's on there on the interwebs. It's being distributed, right? It's riding the wave of the algorithms and whatever. I mean, let's put it this way. Let's just use a really specific example. Okay, when you make a video, whatever, or whatever, right? Video or a recording, whatever, you can't really do it on a post. You can't really do it on a on a meme, right, or a photo. You can, well, I guess depending on how you post it, but most of the time you can't tell how many people saw your post if it's a image or of a text, but you can see how many views you got on a video, right? So once you put a video up there and you go to sleep, you go use the restroom, you go get lunch, you go do your job, whatever, you come back, you see 100 views on your video. You only record that video and upload it once, and you got 100 views. Okay, so the point I'm making is that one action, one piece of effort, one moment in time, one investment created 100 iterations, 100 productions, 100 versions of the same effort that you made, right? So just think about it this way. It's like the almost personified version of passive marketing, right? You market it, you did the job once, and then it gets viewed 100 times. Okay, there's power in that. Now, of course, images and text all gets the same kind of view. I mean, that's why you have multiple likes and whatever, right? But the thing is, it's hard to measure that. But it's easy to measure views because it actually tells you how many views you got, right? And depending on the platform, you actually watch how long people have viewed. You can actually see the average watch time. You can see where most people dropped off, right? It'll tell you the percentage of people actually watch from beginning to end. There's things like that that is really hard to gauge on. Like, I mean, they're not going to sit there and measure how long a person looked at an image, right? Like no one's gonna look at, no one's gonna, no social media platform is gonna tell you, okay, we had 1,000 views of your image and they all watched it an average of 5 seconds per. I mean, they might tell you how many times it was viewed, but they're gonna tell you how long it's been watched. Whereas video will tell you, like if you go to YouTube, you actually see exactly where the average people dropped off on your video. And why is that important? It gives you a chance to sort of tailor your videos to maximize that sort of data, right? So that's kind of getting deeper or too deep, but really, I like the idea of it being done once you already set it up. So all my videos I've made since I started making videos are already done. They've already been made, but they're still being viewed right now. They're still uh, making conversation. They're still creating value. They're still being consumed. Okay. Um, the way I sort of personify is like I'm creating a real estate robot army, an army of myself. I'm a salesperson, right? I'm sitting here trying to sell you. I'm trying to educate you. I'm trying to give you value. I'm trying to stay at the top of mind. I'm trying to assign authority to myself with you. I'm trying to communicate to you, right? I'm doing this right now at this very moment. When I finish this video and I go get lunch or whatever. Actually, I was in the middle of lunch. I didn't finish, but when I go finish my corn dogs, whatever, this video gonna be viewed again and again and again and again. That's a clone version of me, this salesperson selling again. That's a clone version of me communicating again. A clone version of me teaching again. A clone version of me selling again. Right. So set and forget it. That's like, I mean, to me, it's probably one of the best reasons why you should do video marketing. Okay. All right, number 3, and again, it's not gonna be perfect, but that's okay. I'm gonna figure this out. It's the most human marketing you can do besides face to face, right? Let's be honest here, guys. Nothing can replace face to face. Nothing can do a better job of selling and marketing and presenting and teaching and educating better than face to face conversation, right? I mean, we can't argue that, right? But COVID has taught us something that might not be something that we can enjoy all the time. Like we might not be able to uh, always be able to meet people in person. We might not always be able to connect with people in person. We might not be able to shake hands and break bread and uh, I don't know, share an actual face-to-face, belly-to-belly interaction that we like to do because time like times like COVID and quarantine and I mean I'm in a business where I'm licensed in 10 different states. I can't be in 10 different states at the same time, right? So face to face is important, but we can't always guarantee that we're able to provide that, right? Well, what's the next best thing? I would venture to argue that it's video, right? Because video is the most it's the most accurate replication of who you are. Okay, like a photo. And I'm pretty sure real estate agents will agree with this. A headshot of you is really not a true representation of who you are, especially if you have a headshot that's like 10 years old or 20 years old. You know, my face, my headshot is a picture of me in a suit with my hands, you know, crossed, whatever. Uh, I only did that because that's what real estate agents did. I don't even know. I mean, I don't know. There's no one taught me how to do a headshot, right? So I just did that because I want to look like a real estate agent. But the truth matter is, I'm only wearing a jacket. I'm wearing shorts, basketball shorts, right? My wife took that picture in like the stairway because it was the only wall that was blank, right? And that is like at least a 5-6 year old picture. Good thing my hair hasn't changed, right? But the truth of the matter is, it's not a true representation of who I am. Yeah, I mean, you look at it as like, okay, that's Larry, right? But I mean, it's not going to do as good of a job of sort of communicating who I am as a person, my nuances, the way I talk, the way I kind of twitch, or like the way my mouth moves, or the way I smile, or the way I give eye contact as well as the video, right? So, uh, video gives you opportunity to, I wouldn't say completely replicate you being in person, but it gives the person sort of a chance to really engage and consume a realer version of who you are, right? I mean, how many times have you uh, met a person that you've been watching on TV or movies or YouTube, whatever, and felt like you knew this person or felt more comfortable around the person, like you almost had like a connection with them? Is because you felt like the video was them connecting with you, talking to you, right? Just like I'm trying to do with you guys right now. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've actually had people come up to me and say, "Yeah, I actually I've actually seen your TikTok, whatever, and they talk to me like they know me, right?" Or they say things like, "I feel like I've known you, I've known you for years." Well, even though we've never met each other, well, it's because of the video. Like they wouldn't look at my pictures and say that. They would actually be more likely to say that if they were to follow me and watch my videos. Okay. So again, it's the most human marketing you can do face to face, besides face to face. Okay. All right. So number 4, and I kind of knew this was going to happen with the numbering thing, that I would have to type it. I thought I could just delete whatever, but that's okay. This is how we learn. But number 4 is videos of people automatically creates authority, and I kind of touched upon this a little bit. Um, if you notice, sportscasters and newscasters and anchormen and journalists, photojournalists, right, video journalists, whatever, they tend to have sort of an aura of trust. And and I'm not getting too deep to the point where let's say you're political and you're watching the other sides videos and you don't trust them. That's not what I'm talking about, right? That's totally different, right? What I'm saying is that let's take politics out of the whole thing. If you watch the news every single day, the news that is being sent to you by this person, you automatically uh, are consuming, right? And you're listening. I don't know if you might trust it, you might not agree with it, you might not totally believe in it, but you're actually consuming it from a person that you feel is a person of authority, right? You feel that they have some sort of credibility. Otherwise, why would they be there, right? Why would they be on the TV talking to you, right? Now, the funny thing about it is most of these people are just reading, right? They're reading from a teleprompter. They're not actually coming up with this from the top of their head. And, they're talking as if they're just kind of randomly just thoughts are coming to their head and they're just communicating to you. But the truth of the matter is they're just reading from a teleprompter. And I'm willing to bet that most of that content is written by someone else, right? So you're actually listening to information that's written by someone else, but it's communicated by a human using their voice and their persona to communicate this content to you, right? But you assign authority to them, okay? When they're really just a talking head reading from a teleprompter. Okay, there's something to be said about being on the screen and communicating and letting people or allowing people to listen to your voice and look at your face and again observe on how you communicate and carry yourself, right? I think psychologically as humans we automatically assign some sort of credibility, right? Something to a person that's on the screen that's communicating to you, right? Of course, if, like I said, politics makes it that you might not want to have credibility. Like if you're, I don't know, for example, unless you're a Democrat, you probably look at Trump on TV and you're like, this guy's a clown, right? And I'm not saying that's the case. I'm just saying that's an example of a person seeing someone else on TV and not thinking that automatically. But again, that's besides the point. You still have enough respect for the person to get triggered by them, to still get affected by them, right? And that speaks volumes. Okay, so videos of people automatically creates authority or credibility, at least above people who don't. Okay, all right. So number 5, if you're successful in real life, you can be successful in video. And I actually talked about this, and I probably kind of skipped or jumped the gun when I did this. Is that how you say it? Just jump the gun? I don't know. But I was saying earlier, and this is like when I was talking about number one. If you're successful in real life, you can be successful in video. So what I mean by that is if you're doing business as a real estate agent or a loan officer, and you're doing a decent job, you're surviving, right? I mean, especially in this market, you're surviving. You're still getting people to send you business or deals. You're still getting referrals. People are giving you reviews, positive reviews. People are they're for the most part talking positively about you. They're supporting you in your business, and you never did a video, then you definitely can do video. Okay, because you have what it takes to be successful in your business, real estate loan, being a loan officer. So the only missing piece of the video is recording it, right? Like if you have like a really great presentation or a conversation or maybe a talking point or maybe even like a memorized script, if you have those kinds of content inside of you as a person and you're able to articulate this over the phone or on in person, right? You can do that on video and it will still land the same way. It'll still have the same impact. The difference is that it's scalable. And the major difference, from my opinion, why it's awesome is that you can edit it, right? So what I mean by that is, and I used the example in my last video. Let's say you have a really great presentation that's just it just closes every single deal, right? I mean, I'm sure none of us have that, but let's say you did, right? You have a presentation that closes every single time you present it, right? And you were to put it on video, right? So let's say again you have a conversation, you have a presentation, whatever that you do, and every single time you present it, you close the deal. If you can put that in video, right? Who do you think can close more sales? Okay. What I mean by that is if you by yourself versus a video that's viewed a million times, who can potentially close more sales? Right? Maybe you can do a better job because you're in person, right? You can kind of adapt to the situation, whereas a video is going to be a copy, right? But if you're going to talk to a million people and that video is viewed a million times, who's going to be more successful? Right? Maybe you, but it will take a lot longer, right? The scaled version of you, the video replication of you, the clone of you being viewed a million times is going to be more successful in closing deals than you as a person by yourself. Okay, so and that might be an example or a reason I gave later on, but I just want to sort of show you how that presents why you can be successful in video and maybe even more so. Okay, so let's see here. Number 6. Video provides a real version of you on your marketing. And I kind of talked about this already about the human thing. And I talked about this when I talked about the headshot, right? But what I really want you to understand when I'm talking about this is headshots and copy, like ads, print ads, posts, whatever you want to call it. They're reflections of you. They are extensions of who you are. They are maybe a thought that's associated with you, right? An idea that's associated with you, but it's not you. Okay. What I mean by that is if I take a picture of my headshot and I put it on my social media, people know that's me, but they know that that's a headshot of me. They know that that's me posing in front of a camera with a shirt, whatever. And I could put like a quote next to it. And okay, well, that's Larry in his professional photo. And this is a quote that he wrote down. That versus me actually saying to you while looking at the camera, giving eye contact and saying the quote, this version is going to be more real than the still polished, photoshopped headshot from 5 years ago with a typed out quote with no voice and no sound, right? That's the point I'm making here is video provides a real version of who you are, right? And I don't like the word, not because I don't think it's the right word. I think it's used incorrectly. It's used a lot, which is okay, but it's used incorrectly. It's a more authentic version of you, but I think it's more like the word authentic should be replaced with the more real version of you, right? Like when people say be authentic, I would like to replace the word authentic with be real. Okay, so video makes you real. It makes what you do real. Like all my nuances, like the fact that I burped earlier, the fact that I'm drinking a drink, the fact that you're looking at me saying and whatever, and my eyes are kind of moving. That's real. That's me. You see what I'm saying? Nothing else can replace that except for like a hologram or you being there in person. Okay, but a print, typing, or a bunch of text, right? A book, a billboard, um, uh, a postcard, uh, those things are not going to be as effective as showing a real version of you than video, especially live. Okay, so that's another reason why. And you might think that's a bad idea or bad thing. If that's a bad thing, you might be in the wrong business, right? Like I also talk about people how like they have two Facebook pages. If you have two Facebook pages, right, because you have a professional version and a real version of you, and the professional version is public and the real version is private, right? You're actually telling your audience members and the people who see your Facebook accounts that you're a liar, you're fake, you have stuff to hide, right? Like, why do you have a fake account and then why do you have a private account but it's private? Like I can't see your posts. You're trying to hide something. You're being secretive, right? And it's hard to trust someone who's being secretive. Okay, um, so I encourage being real, being who you are. So that means being open, being public, right? Make posts about your private life, but make it public because you're being real, you're being honest, you're being open, you're being transparent, whatever you want to call it, right? I think that will win you more business from people who like, know, and trust you. And I think that it will uh, take away or subtract or deter people who would not want to work with you based on who you are as a person, and who wants to work with people that doesn't like you anyways, right? Like I would rather know if a person secretly hates me, right, because of who I am, and work with them, than know that they basically are telling me to screw you, whatever, because they don't like my politics or like the way I talk or my music choices or the way I dress, right? I'd rather know the truth, number one, because I hate fakery. I hate fake situations. I like real conversations. I like real relationships. I like real connections. I think business is better done better that way. um, Number one, but number two, uh, I feel people who don't like, know, and trust me, but works with me, will be more likely to drop me if they end up finding someone who can do it for cheaper or better, whatever, or they'll shop me. They'll make me give them a discount, whatever. I think people who like, know, and trust me will actually pay more. In fact, um, I might not post this in the future, but I had a client who said something to me that was like it really hit me, right? Like, it was a huge compliment. Okay. And again, I might not ever post this. Maybe they'll allow me to post it someday, whatever. But they literally said, and I quote, "I trust you to guide me. It has served me well so far. Even if someone else can beat your rate, you earn my sale on that alone." Right. So this person is literally saying, if someone else can beat your rate, my rate, I still earn the sale on that alone. Right. That's kind of the point I'm making. Is like, I want people who want to work with me regardless of price. And that the best way to get that is by providing a real version of you and getting people to fall in love with you, getting people to want to work with you because they like, know, and trust you. Okay, so that's a little bit beyond the video marketing thing, but maybe you're like, oh, I don't want to show the real version. Well, that's my answer to that. Okay, all right, cool. So next one is number 7. It is easy to actually someone's trying to someone's trying to text me some spam here. Let me edit this out. Okay. This is number 7. It is easy or complex as you want it to be. Now, this is sort of an answer to people who say it's too much work, or I'm not good at editing, or I can't afford editing, or I can't afford like a good camera, or you know, I want to wait until like I have everything perfect. I want to have a studio or whatever. I'm still doing my research. I'm still like watching YouTube videos on the best equipment and the best way to do video. This reason is for you guys. Okay, video can be as easy or as complex as you want it. Okay, it's flexible. What I mean by that is there are people out there who are killing it on TikTok and YouTube Shorts, and all their videos are done on a phone using TikTok, which is free. And when I say killing, I'm talking about thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of subscribers, millions of views and likes and whatever. The stuff that we're trying to get, right, when we do video. And their videos are, I mean, not to talk trash, but they're shitty. They're bad videos. They're not well edited. In fact, TikTok prefers and supports bad editing, but they're not well edited. The lighting's bad. The sound is probably bad. Right? They don't have a mic like I do. Right? A lot of them are using like their little headphone, whatever. I mean, I've seen people like blah 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 on the headphone. It's kind of annoying to me, but I guess that's the thing, right? And they're not using like I'm using a $200 something webcam right now that's supposedly as good as almost as good as a DSLR, whatever camera that is. They're using this, right? Again, it can be as easy or complex as you want it to be. You can start small, you can start simple, right? In fact, I showed this video in the last one. I'm gonna show this one too. Um, this is my most recent video that I made, this a marketing video, right? And I'm gonna raise the volume so you can hear it and you can see it, right? But again, I'm gonna show you, and this is actually, I mean, just so you know, I've actually got this approved through compliance and corporate. I mean, I sent this video to the marketing department of the company I work for, and I got them to approve this. Okay, so this is like officially stamped, like official marketing. Like this is not me just making some random stuff. This is like approved marketing. So here it is. How to guarantee the best interest rate in this crazy market. By the way, this will piss off other loan officers, and wait for the end of the video for the best tip. Send your contract to your 2 favorite loan officers, your first favorite and your second favorite. Lock with your second favorite. Bring your mock loan estimate to your favorite lender and ask them to match it or beat it. If they can match it, then you can decide to lock. If they can beat it, then of course you lock right away. It's okay if you don't lock with your favorite loan officer because you can always have them flow for you. That way, if the rates were to go down, you can't change the lock on the second favorite loan officer, but you lock the new lower rate with your first loan officer. That way, no matter what, if the rates were to go up or go down, you can always get the best interest rate no matter what. The bigger tip is actually more important to check on your APR than it is your interest rate. For more detailed tutorial, check the link above, and you can see screenshots as well as step-by-step instructions on how to achieve this. I'm going to say bye. Okay, cool. So that's a TikTok video they put up. It's not killing it, but it got 256 views, 9 likes, right? Took me 15 minutes to record. And the reason I took 15 minutes because I was doing shots. I was like, let me do this, let me do this, let me do this. Okay, I don't like that one. Let me go, doing 15 minutes to create the content. It took me 2 minutes to edit it because I already created the cuts, and all I have to do is put it together. So at most 20 minutes to put together. At 256 views, 9 likes. I have it shared in like all my different social medias. I've actually received calls already on it, and it took me less than 20 minutes to make on my phone. And I did have a ring light, which you might be able to see here, right? That's my ring light that I have in my office. So I had a ring light, but that's about it in my phone, which it's a good phone, but it's not like a phone that's impossible to have, right? So when you say you want to have the perfect equipment and the perfect lighting, I'm in my closet. I made this video in my closet. Okay, this video, if you notice, the same background. I'm in my closet right now. Okay, Like this is my office. This is like literally like right now I'm 6 inches away from the wall, right? And this is my door right here. Right? I don't want to move the camera because I don't want to mess up my camera view, but I'm basically in my closet. So perfect location, perfect equipment, whatever. No, that's just an excuse. Okay. You can literally start small. I've seen people do videos outside their office, outdoors. I've seen people do videos in the cars. I actually do videos. I used to do videos in the cars. I mean, it's really all just an excuse. When you say that you're not ready because you don't have everything together, it's just an excuse. It could be as easy or as complex as you want it to be. Obviously, you can always invest more time, energy, and money and expertise if you want, especially if you're getting serious like I am, right? You'll get addicted to it. Like once you do a couple of videos and you get responses and you actually get deals out of it, you're gonna want to do more and more. Why do I do these calls? Because I get business from it. Like in fact, I actually maybe a couple weeks ago closed a loan from a person who saw my video that was streamed just like this on LinkedIn. Okay, me talking about whatever, and they reached out to me, and it turned out to a deal. It turned into a deal that I've already been paid on. Okay, so that's why I do these videos, right? Uh, so I mean, I guess I should put reason number 1,000 or number zero. It makes you money, right? But that should be obvious. Like if you're doing video to market and it works, you should be getting paid, right? So again, it can be as easy as complex as you want it to be, right? There's no excuse beyond that. Okay. Uh, let's see here. Next one is 8, and I actually kind of touched upon this as well. Nobody sells you better than you. Okay, and video is the best way to do it. And I kind of talked about this before. Okay, I was talking about how you're creating a clone of yourself. You're creating like an army of yourself. You're creating like uh, an image or an impression of yourself, right? And video is the best way to do it. You cannot do better than video. Well, of course, like I said, if they ever make holograms or you can be teleported or your belly to belly, face to face, or 3D printing. I don't know, maybe, right? A wax figure version. I don't know. But the truth of the matter is, no one's going to sell you better than you, right? And video is the best way to do that. Like I said, it creates a human version of you, it creates a real version of you. It's quick, it's interactive. I have people who are commenting on my stuff right now. I can respond to the thing right away. It's lightning fast when it comes to the ability to engage and address any questions or any comments, whatever. If you're doing live, of course, um, there's no better way to sell yourself than you, and the best way to get you out there, other than you actually doing it yourself, is to have a video version of you. Okay, and I mean that should be obvious, right? That should be like, wow, that's mind blowing, Larry. Well, if it's mind blowing, if it's obvious, how come you're not doing video? Right? Let me get in a soapbox right now. Okay. If you think the stuff I'm teaching you is obvious, if you think it's stuff that you've heard before, if you think, oh well, yeah, I've heard it all. This is, of course, I know this already. If you think all that, then the question I have for you is, how come you haven't done video yet? Right? If it's so obvious, if it's so, uh, duh, then how come you haven't done video yet? That's the question I'm asking you. Okay. So if you notice, my reasons are not just, you know, logic or benefits, but it's also motivational, right? I'm trying to motivate you why you should do video. Okay. All right. So number 9, this video is the ultimate leverage. And I actually talked about this earlier. And 9 and 10 are kind of the same. So I'm actually going to keep them together. I'm probably going to change it later on, but I'm going to keep them together for now because I think that again, they both kind of correlate. Okay. So again, video is the ultimate leverage. What I mean by that is, imagine if you had 1,000 salespeople selling for you, and those 1,000 people were exact clones of you. Imagine if those people were trained by you, but you didn't have to train them. they inherited your abilities. They inherited your skills. They inherited the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, the way you express yourself, the way you rebuttal and rebuttal objections, the way you handle conversations and questions. Right? Just imagine if you can hire 1,000 people who are just like you and does the same exact thing as you when it comes to every given situation. That's what a video is. Okay, that's scaling, right? Again, I said earlier, no one can sell you as good as you, right? So why not clone yourself as much as you can, right? Not only are you scaling yourself, you're also scaling time. Okay, you're scaling time, and this is going to lead to number 10. Okay, number 10, the ability to exponentially create time and effort. Okay, and if you see my example here, I put 1 year's worth of videos equals 15 years of watch time equals scalability. The reason why I put that in there is because I talked about a fellow real estate agent in the market, in my market. When I say fellow, I'm talking about they're in the same market as me. His name is Levi. And he was doing a video where he was talking to Sean Cannell, who is the author of the best-selling book YouTube Secrets. He was explaining to him that he was looking at his analytics, and just a little background. Levi has never sold real estate. Back in like 2020, he started doing YouTube in 2021. I don't know how many deals he did, like 50 deals. I forgot what the number was, but he generated over $1 million in GCI, gross commissionable income, right? So he made $1 million in commission off of YouTube videos in 2021, and he never sold anything in 2020. So literally, YouTube was the switch. It was the button he pressed that literally gained him $1 million in income. Okay, and he was explaining to Sean that he did the analytics, and the amount of watch time in terms of minutes total for his channel, he added it up, and it was up to 15 years of watch time, right? That means however many minutes is 15 years. Actually, I'm gonna do the math. I'm gonna be able to say this later on. And again, the whole point of this class is for me to develop this class that I'm doing right now. The whole point of me doing live is to develop this. If there's 60 minutes in an hour, and there's 24 hours in a day, right? And there's 365 days in a year, and there's 15 years. So he got 7,884,000 minutes viewed on his channel. And he was like, and it only took me 1 year to make those videos. And when I say 1 year, I'm not talking about all 365 days and every single minute in between. I'm talking about he spent in a duration of 1 year time making videos, whether it took 1 hour a day or 10 hours a day. He spent 1 year's worth of creating content to gain 7,884,000 minutes of watch time. So basically, the point is the math he basically presented was he only did 1 year's worth of effort, and he got 15 years of watch time. He said that's 15 years of selling. That's 15 years of educating. That's 15 years of communicating. That's 15 years of having conversations. That's 15 years presentations, right? 15 years worth of return of investment. Let's just call that, right? 15 years of return of investment. So he spent 1 year to get 15 years worth of return of investment. That's ultimate scalability. That right there should be enough reason for you why you should do videos. Okay. If I can get 2 years, if I get 2 years of results from 1 year's worth of time, I would take it. Levi got 15 years of results based on 1 year's worth of effort. Okay. So that shows the power, the potential of it. And Levi doesn't have millions of subscribers. He has in the 5 digits, something like 20,000 maybe. I don't remember. But he has 15 years of watch time from his 1 year's worth of videos. And that right there like blew my mind, right? Like, I mean, it makes sense. But when the way he presented it, I was like, holy shit, I need to be doing videos, and I need to be doing them better, right? So Again, reason number 9, reason number 10. You get to scale yourself, and you can actually literally create time and effort while doing this. Okay. All right. So number 11. It's not gonna be perfect here. Social media favors video content. And I actually just talked about this earlier. If you see the comment from Facebook user, he or she said, "Good stuff, brother. Listening on my way to the beach. I love the notification that you are going live." Right? He got a notification from Facebook. I was going live because Facebook favors lives. In fact, most social media platforms favors video, but also favors lives. Okay, so again, the point is social media favors video content, right? You're going to get more opportunities to have eyeballs look at your content if you do video versus an image or just text. Okay. I mean, I just showed you on my TikTok. I mean, not that I'm killing on TikTok or anything like that. I got like maybe this crazy market. I got 2,200 followers, 10.4 thousand likes, right? My most views is probably about 11,000 views on one video. I'm not killing it, but the truth of the matter is, I only did the video once and I got 11,000 views out of it, right? TikTok is it's a video heavy, and you might not see it, but it's a video heavy. See all the thumbnails? It's a video heavy content platform. Okay. And they're pushing as many views as possible out of all the videos that are out there worth watching, right? Again, Facebook will notify people that if you're going live, right? I do all sorts of Facebook marketing. I do events, I share memes, I create groups, I do all sorts of stuff, but nothing gets as many levels of support as videos on Facebook. Okay, so again, why should you do videos now? Because now content platforms and social media platforms like Facebook are pushing videos. They're they're almost cheating the system, right? Out of the 5 pieces of content you can create, a regular text, a share, an image of some sort, a link, or a video, Facebook's going to put more weight on the video. They put the links on the bottom, just so you know. If you put a link, they don't like links being shared because links are going outside of Facebook and they don't want people leaving the platform, right? So, by the way, little pro tip: links are bad. Avoid posting them if you can. Put them in the comments. Put the description of the link and then put the link in the comment, because Facebook doesn't like links. Right? They will squelch that shit. They'll lower it to the on the algorithmic level. So that's why you never see me post links. Okay, if I can avoid it, I won't. Right. So again, the 5 pieces of content you can post: a regular text, an image, a link, an event. I think that's one of them. I forgot. Or a video, right? Video is going to get more algorithmic strength. Okay. So it is what it is. So if you want Facebook to share your content, you want Facebook to promote your content, you gotta get on video, right? Because they're going to do a better job with that with everything else. Okay. And this is actually also one of my favorite reasons. Good artists copy, great artists steal. Okay. I think that was Picasso who said that. The point is, video is very easy to emulate. Okay. TikTok proves that. Okay. One of the reasons why I like TikTok, the reason why I use TikTok, actually the main reason why I downloaded TikTok, was the fact that TikTok allowed me to share or download the video and share it to other platforms. Okay. So, I'm all about Facebook. I wouldn't call it mastered it, but I'm comfortable with Facebook. I'm not comfortable with trying to create something else somewhere else. That's not me, right? Even though it makes sense to do it, I'll find myself on Facebook more than anywhere else, right? The point is, whenever TikTok came around and I saw it growing, I was like, man, I don't want to be a part of this. I know it's important, whatever, but I didn't want to be part of it. But then when I found out that you can share to other platforms very easily, that's when I was like, okay, you know what? It's worth it, right? I'm making videos anyways. Instead of making videos on Zoom like I'm doing right now or on my phone, I'm gonna make it through TikTok, and then that'll be my video creation tool, right? So the way I look at TikTok was as a chance to create content on other platforms. So I wasn't even using TikTok for TikTok. I was using TikTok to create content, like a content creator, like a video editor for other platforms. Now, the reason why that's important, the reason I'm bringing this up is because TikTok has a community, and I say that so casually. It has a massive subscription based community that they thrive on trends. They thrive on emulating each other. It's almost like they meme each other, right? Like a certain song, a certain dance, certain lip sync clip, whatever. There's a lot of replication of the same idea, but their version, right? So, someone will be dancing to "Don't Worry, Be Happy," and then I'll do my version of a dance of "Don't Worry, Be Happy," right? And then 1,000 other people do the same, right? That's what makes TikTok great, because it gives you ideas on what kind of content you can create. And the funny thing is, people on Facebook, not all of them has bought into TikTok yet. So whenever I do a TikTok video and I'm using TikTok type trends, when I share on Facebook, to a lot of the Facebook members, they're like, holy crap, this is kind of crazy, unique, I've never seen before content. And to them, it's unique. To them, is like off the wall. Like, people have told me, Larry, you're crazy with all the stuff that you come up with. Well, with TikTok, I didn't come up with anything. I just copied what the trends are. Okay. And that's the great thing about video is you can copy, but the thing is, if you do it, it's your version, right? So let's say there's, I don't know, an announcement about real estate that everyone's making, right? And it's on text as well as meme or an image or infographic, and it's on video. If you copy the text like everyone else and you post it, you look like everyone else. In fact, you look like you sort of plagiarized, right? Even though there's no real plagiarism in social media. Plagiarism, is that a word? There's no real sort of plagiarism in social media. But basically, all you do is just copy and paste someone else's crap. Same thing with an image. You just download the image and you just pasted it. But if you do a video, right, of the same content, someone can't be like, oh, you totally stole that. Well, no, it's my version. It's me. It's me talking. It's my face. It's a recording of me talking to you about whatever it is everyone else is talking about. But it's me. It's my version. And that makes it unique. That makes it original. That makes it yours. Okay. And I talked about this in the last video. In this world of real estate and mortgages, we're to a point where we're almost a commodity, right? What I mean by that is the information that we share is very similar to everyone else. Real estate agents like to share listings. They like to share, market updates, any new changes, whatever. But it gets to the point where it's all the same. There's nothing unique about your version of that conversation versus someone else's version of the conversation. Same thing with loan officers. We talk about rates. We talk about new guidelines or updates. We start sounding like every other loan officer, right? So it gets to the point where it's hard to differentiate ourselves. How do you say it? Differentiate, whatever. It's hard to make yourself stand out, right? With video, no one can deny that's you. That's yours, right? That's your version of standing out. That's your version of being different, right? That's your version of the same information, but it's you. So it makes it unique. It's not plagiarized. It's not copied. It's no one can steal you. No one can duplicate you, right? So that, for me, is a strong value proposition as to why you should do video, because your video is going to be yours, unless you do like an explainer video with the animation, which doesn't make the cut. And of course, I see these videos of listings where you show the house, and then at the end you show like a picture of your headshot. Again, that doesn't cut it, right? That's not you, right? You as you talking to the audience, looking at the camera, giving eye contact, and your voice is coming out, and they see the way you move and everything like that, right? That's you, right? So that's something that makes video the best sort of content you can create, because no one can duplicate that. No one can deny that that is you communicating, and that's what makes you unique. That makes you stand out. Because if you think about it, if I were to create some great content and I typed it out, and Rocket Mortgage saw that and they copied it and they typed it out, who's to say who's the one who originated that? They might think I copied from Rocket Mortgage because Rocket Mortgage is the bigger company, right? And let's say everyone starts sharing the same information. So everyone copies exactly what I typed and they share it. It's to the point where it's diluted, and who knows who actually originated it. And, I can be like, oh, I'm the first person that came up with that. That's my whatever. I mean, in reality, is anyone going to care? And is anyone going to really believe me? Right. But if I make a video, that's me. Right. That's me. I mean, the only way they can steal it is maybe they put their face on top of my face, or they take my voice and change it and they use my voice over, right? And someone lip syncs it. But I mean, really, no one's gonna really do that, right? But again, it's video makes it to the point where it's mine, it's unique, and I stand out. I'm not a commodity. I'm not saying the same thing. I'm not, you know, what I don't know what the word is, being played out, I guess is what you call it. When you see the same crap over and over and over, it makes it stand out, makes it unique. Okay. And it's probably going to be like that for a while, because most people like you are probably too scared to do video, right? I don't think it's a time thing. I don't think it's going to get to the point where, I mean, it might change because a lot of young people are getting on TikTok, but I don't think it's like eventually everyone's going to get on video. It's more like there's people that are going to get on video and there's people that are not going to get on video, period. Right. At least in our profession. And luckily, the ones who are not getting a video, you guys are too scared, because it gives me a chance to stand out, right? Number one. Number two, yes, the generations will change. So therefore, video usage will change, because again, my son is 5 years old. He's using video right now, right? So a video for him is nothing. He won't get scared whenever it's time for him to use a video to do whatever he wants to promote. Hopefully he's in the mortgage business like me and takes over my pipeline, right? But let's say he doesn't. But if he does, he won't have any problems doing a video. It'll be normal. It'll be second nature to him. Right? My 7-year-old is already asking me to help him create a channel so he can become a YouTuber. It's funny. I actually talked about this. Someone asked me, "Am I on Shorts yet?" Right, which is YouTube's version of like TikTok. And I laughed, because literally the day before, I found out that my son, who's 5, has been recording shit on my phone on my YouTube. Now, it's my personal YouTube, not my business YouTube, right? So I don't have any videos or anything like that. It's my personal YouTube. He's been recording videos and uploading it to my personal YouTube, and he has like 100 subscribers right now. He has videos with 6,000 views, and it's like shitty, crappy angles of like the TV or his feet or me yelling, whatever. It's just random stuff, right? It's not actual content. But he has like 100,000. I mean, he has 100 views. I'm sorry, he has 100 subscribers and thousands of views. I mean, I took a screenshot of it, and in fact, I'll actually show you. I took the screenshot of it. Where's my? Say someone's asking a question. Stephen Patterson's asking a question, and I will answer that question soon. But I took a screenshot. Where is it? Desktop. Oh, yep. There it is. Check it out. 100 subscribers. This is my personal. He has 100 subscribers. He actually has 101 now. This is a channel that I'm actually trying to grow. Homebuyer Secret was my mortgage, 56 subscribers. I've been trying to grow this for years. Real Estate Rob Army, I've had this for years as well, 65 subscribers. The channel that you guys are watching on, right? YouTube, your mortgage insider, which is kind of like a personal account, like my actual account that I wish he was uploading to, 14 subscribers. He has 100 subscribers on Shorts. Okay. And I guess the point I'm making with this is there's a follower for everything, right? There's a follower for everything. And if you're not on video, you're missing out on the potential followers, and they're missing out on you. Okay, um, I've actually talked about this, and you know what? I want to. I'm going to answer that question after I do this, right? But I'm really emphatic about this in my marketing and my coaching, right? I believe that if you don't put yourself out there, if you're not marketing yourself, if you're not putting all your energy towards being the best version of yourself and the most promoted version of yourself, the most distributed version of yourself, you're actually doing yourself, but not only yourself, but you're doing your community a disservice. Because what's going to end up happening is your community is going to end up hiring someone else, right? They're going to end up hiring the Rocket or the online brokerages like Zillow or whatever. I don't know what online brokerages are out there that's competing against real estate agents, but they're going to end up hiring them, and they're going to end up with an inferior product. They're going to end up with an inferior service. They're going to end up with an inferior real estate agent or loan officer, and basically get screwed versus working with you. So I really believe that it is our duty to make sure everyone in our sphere, including friends, family, neighbors, people on your Facebook account, people that are following you on TikTok or YouTube, whatever, people that you can touch however you can, people whose kids go to your kids' school, people who go to the same gas station, all those people, they need to know who you are, so that they don't end up screwing themselves by going with someone who's inferior. This is why it is your responsibility to promote yourself and market yourself as hard as you can, so that everyone knows you as their guy or gal, right? They should have a real estate guy. They should have a real estate gal. They should have a real estate. They should have a mortgage guy or a mortgage gal. I've always said, if anyone in my market, Dallas Fort Worth, uses the Rocket or an online brokerage, we failed as an industry, because everyone in my market should have a real estate guy or real estate gal. Everyone in my market should have a mortgage guy or a mortgage gal, right? I mean, there's thousands of loan officers and real estate agents in the Dallas Fort Worth area. What the hell is going on when someone in our backyard is hiring someone from the internet to do their mortgage or to help them sell their house or whatever, right? It's a huge failure in our industry when that happens, right? So that means we're not doing a good enough job of getting ourselves out there. We're not doing a good enough job of getting. I'd rather a person use a competitive or competing loan officer than to use the Rocket in my market. I'm okay with that, because at least they have a guy or a gal. At least they are being marketed to correctly. At least they are aware of you, right? It's a huge failure, and very sad for someone like me to know that people in our markets using Rocket Mortgage or whatever online broker, online mortgage company, or using an online brokerage. That makes no sense, especially in my market. Okay, so I think that that's something that we need to take into consideration. That not only do we have a responsibility to market ourselves, but we have a responsibility to market ourselves for us, but market so we can make money and do our job. We should market ourselves to keep the community from engaging with inferior products and inferior service. Okay. So now that I'm off my soapbox, I can go back to answer your question. So thanks for that. So Stephen Patterson, he is on Zoom. He asks, "Hi Larry, great content. Do you have a place where we can watch past webinars you have done?" Question mark. I'm gonna answer this question live, and of course, I think if you sign up through Zoom, I probably could send you information. I always do Zooms and streams that automatically uploads to my YouTube and my Facebook, right? So even though we're live right now, Stephen, you can find me on Facebook or YouTube and you'll find the replay for it, unless I screwed up somewhere and I have to delete it. Sometimes I usually delete it whenever I show private information, like maybe someone texted me or something like that and it's a customer's phone number. I'll be like, I have to delete this whole video because I can't allow that to be broadcasted. But I'll edit it and I'll re-upload it without that part, right? But if I don't mess it up, then you'll find the replays in YouTube and Facebook. And if you want to know how to find me, Stephen, Larry the Mortgage Guy, you'll probably find me, or Real Estate Robot Army, you'll probably find me, especially on YouTube and Facebook, and you'll be able to see all the videos that have streamed or uploaded, right? And again, because you signed up through Zoom, you're going to be on record on my Zoom account that says people that attended. So hopefully you gave me the right email address. And I actually sent a follow-up email to all my people who actually attended the event. I sent them a follow-up email where I give you the link to the replay, direct link to the replay. So hopefully that will give you what you need. And Steven says, great, thanks. I appreciate it, boss. And I appreciate you being on the call and asking these questions. It excites me and humbles me to know that you want to find more information. And anyone who feels like that, if whether you're a client like wanting to buy a house or a mortgage, or whether you're a real estate professional or mortgage person, I'm honored by it. And I encourage you to share this with everyone that you know who may benefit from it, right? So that's basically in the conversation. Now, before I actually sign off, right, I want to give one last point and sort of give you why I do what I do, right? I was in a mortgage company where the branch manager was he was a coach as well, and he was coaching us. And he said something that really struck me. He said, "You can't beat the rocket on the internet, right? Like you can't beat Rocket Mortgage on the internet." So he literally said, "You can't beat the rocket on the internet, but you could damn sure beat them in your own backyard," right? And that told me, or that translated to me, the idea of I can fight Rocket Mortgage and all the online brokerages in my personal sphere, in my market, in my niche, whatever, right? So I won't be able to compete against the billion-dollar budget, marketing budget that companies like Rocket Mortgage has. I won't be able to compete against the 20, 30, 40, 50 PhD super geniuses, programmers, and engineers that are designing robots and automations and websites and database management, whatever it is they do, to try to get rid of me, to try to outmarket me, to try to basically get rid of loan officers and real estate agents. Let's be real here. That's what they're doing. That's what these marketers are doing. I mean, I always said that Rocket Mortgage and Zillow, they're not mortgage companies or real estate companies. They are marketing companies, right? They're marketing companies that happens to be in the real estate business, well, it happens to be in the mortgage business, but they're marketing companies, okay? And their job is to get rid of us, loan officers and real estate agents, right? That's their job. That's their goal, right? To cut out the middleman, whatever you want to call it, to get rid of the commissions and get rid of the little guy that provides the actual direct customer service, because they're trying to create an environment where you don't need to have a guy, right? You don't need a service provider. You just press buttons and you get the mortgage. You just press buttons and you get the house sold, or you press buttons and the house you want is there for you to buy. Just like was it Carva, whatever that card thing where you can buy a card, like from a vending machine, right? That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to create a vending machine for mortgages and vending machine for real estate, right? Or for houses, right? That's what they're trying to do. Okay. So I can't compete against those guys in the internet, but I can definitely make sure that they don't beat me in my own backyard, because I can create a Zillow-like or a mortgage, Rocket Mortgage-like presence in my market, which includes video. Okay. It includes making video, digital marketing, being out there, being seen online, right? Because that's where we're competing in the online space. Obviously, in the real world space, Rocket Mortgage can't compete against me, because I'm going to be there out there shaking hands and kissing babies. I'm going to be there visiting offices. I'm going to be there giving presentations. I'm going to be there, available for people to come visit my office, whatever, right? Rocky can't compete against that, right? That's already obvious. But the internet, the digital world, I can still win in my own backyard, because I can create the same sort of presence, but of course, starring me with my brand in my little niche, my little bubble, my little market, which is why I'm doing video. Okay. And I believe that if you do a great job, you will make it so that it doesn't matter that those people get marketed by Zillow or Rocket. They're going to be like, no, my guy's Larry. Like that guy said. I mean, he literally said, I mean, I'll read again because I don't like paraphrasing. Okay. He literally said, "I trusted you to guide me. It has served me well so far. Even if someone else can beat your rate, you earned my sale on that alone." That's the kind of customers you want. The kind of customers that like, know, and trust you so much that they don't care what the rate is. I mean, they're not stupid. They know the rate, but they see the value of working with you. And that goes beyond rate. That means that they're willing to pay more to work with you. And that's something that Rocket Mortgage can't create. That's something that Zillow can't create. Okay. So you can't beat the Rocket on the internet, but you can damn sure beat them in your own backyard. Remember that. Okay. So I really appreciate you guys being here. I gotta go through the rest of my slides because I'm presenting whatever. I tell people, my referral partners, if you're a real estate agent, if this is kind of over your head, this is like too much. Well, then let's team up and let the bros help you. Meaning, me, right? let me and my company, my team, my mortgage company, my social media business, whatever. Let me help you, okay, with your marketing, okay? Because I would love nothing more than a partner that's willing to put out the work and energy to market themselves and be the lender for the people that they find, right? Because if the way I look at it, if I help you build your business and get more clients, I would I would hope that I would have a chance to talk to them to the mortgage, right? I have a CRM that I can provide, helps you with automation and follow up with your leads, called FUBots, FU bots, FU as in follow up. But people think it's the other one. But I do have the same FUBots say FU until they buy, or they say FU, right? So just a little pun there. The proposals allow our team to show you how we can handle your referrals sent to us by our real estate partners using our built-out automated system and dedicated responder. We're pros. We have tried and true system. We have experienced dialers. We're full time, and we have fully built out CRMs and automations. Right. Robots LLC is the company I run. It's my social media company. I talked about it earlier. It's a six-figure ads and marketing agency in less than a year. It has over 50,000 leads generated for clients. We have over 200 marketing clients, coaching clients, CRM clients, and VA clients, VAs and virtual assistants, with over 1,000 of hours of real estate related production. And they're coach trained, and I've coached and trained or presented to over 100,000 real estate agents in my life as a social media marketing coach, or whatever you want to call it, right? The Larry team, we're built for immaculate communication. The team does the loans while I do the follow-up. That's the reason why I have a team. Not because I'm too good to do the loans, whatever, but because I hire people that are smarter than me to handle that part, because they don't like to talk to clients, and I'm okay with it, right? Especially when there's good news. So the way I kind of compare my team or talk about my team is kind of like the surgeon and the nurse, right? The surgeon does the surgery. The surgeon doesn't want to talk to the family. They just want to they just want to go in and do the job. The nurse is the one who talks to the family and updates them on what's going on. They're there to answer the questions. Surgeon goes in, does the job, goes out, right? And usually surgeons don't have great personalities. Okay. So that's why our team is built the way it is. Okay. We provide a private IDX, meaning a home search if you don't have one. In fact, you might be better off uploading it to a private IDX than your company's IDX, because who knows how long you'll be with your company. I'm not saying you can leave with them, but maybe you will, and they'll have all your leads, right? We built a perfect referral follow-up system, and if you need to refer multiple lenders, there'll be two of us. Well, actually, there's this is old. There's already two of us, but my wife is also a lender as well. So if you need to refer to two loan officers, you got my wife, you got me, right? And you can also refer my branch manager too. So that's three you can refer to if you want to follow the rules, right? So yeah, you can check out my advice conversion rate. When she first started, I got her into the lead generation space where she would talk to leads, cold call, and she talked about guidelines and such and qualified them. And when she was competing against six other people, so there's seven of them, out of 381 applications for that month, she did 155 of them, which is like a 60-70% market share, right? So she literally obliterated them. The crazy thing was my wife showed up late because she had our son or sons, and she had to drop them off at daycare, and she would leave early because she had to leave to go pick them up, right? So she came in late or later and left early, and she still obliterated the competition. Okay. So what does that mean? That means we know how to talk to clients to get them to do business with us and to proceed, right? How do you start? Set up a strategy mastermind meeting with us to discuss our potential synergy. We need you and want to earn the right to be your partner. Okay. And this is just a diagram of one of the robots I built to explain to referral clients how we deal with the referrals. There's a lot of touches in terms of communication and such. And if you want to know more about this, let me know. Right. Um, this is just what do you call it? This is just a tutorial, not tutorials, testimonials. You guys can read this later. The people who are in the Zoom will get a replay, so you can also read those later. But I do want to talk about the response of our CRM right here. This one person uploaded 924 old realtor.com leads. They got 365 responses, so 39%, and they got 2 applications and one offer submitted, one pre-approval, basically within a week or less. 22 buyers looking at 3 application appointments set. The numbers don't lie. Right? So that's how powerful our CRM is. So if you're a real estate agent that has a lot of loans, or not a lot of leads, and you're not doing anything with them, they're kind of collecting dust. Maybe we can take a swing at them and see if we can get some deals out of it for you. Okay? Again, the numbers don't lie. You know, this baby here works on weekends, right? And we talked about that, right? Being able to market while you sleep or make money while you sleep, right? The team, I want to introduce you to them just in case. Summer is my loan officer assistant. She might not be the first point of contact, but you may hear from her. Of course, there's me. I'm a certified veteran mortgage advisor, and I also own my own ad and marketing agency. Tina is a branch processor. She's actually my cousin. Funny enough, she worked for a builder as a processor. And then my wife, who's Christy here, recruited her and basically replaced her because my wife was the branch processor, but she hired Tina and trained Tina to be a branch processor. So now Tina has her position, and Christy has basically upgraded herself to being, and I need to change that. She upgraded herself to be a branch operation. She's also a licensed loan officer. Okay, so you have what do you call it? A floater is what I like to call it. A floater is what I like to call it, like someone who can do any job, right? So she can quote rates, she can lock rates, but she also processes. She actually steps in whenever things get busy, so we never have a problem when it comes to capacity. So basically, we're overstaffed, right? So being late because we don't have enough people on staff is never an issue. In fact, we close not just fast, but always early, right? What I mean by that is average 21 days turn time. That's including builder loans, and that's in 30 different states. Okay. All right. So what happens next? I don't know. What do you want to learn? I say if you have buyers you need pre-qualified, if the market goals you want to share with us, or you need a great venue to hold your next home buyer or home seller seminar, let us know because we can provide all that. Any questions? I'm looking to see if there's anyone unmuting. There's people on Zoom, but they're not saying anything, which is cool. All right. So, what was your biggest takeaway? Which you guys can share with me later. And my gift for you for being on this call, as a real estate agent, I can connect you with list reports. It provides like marketing flyers for your open houses and such, which is kind of cool. Also, property information about the property in the area. We also have that follow-up system I talked to you about, where if you want to upload your old leads, we can see if we can, get some activity out of it. And also I provide social media training free every single week, actually sometimes more. But of course, you don't have to, join the group to get that. You can always just subscribe to the Zoom calls and you'll get that, right? If you want to, reach out to us, you can contact Christy Lee. Again, that's her MLS number, that's her number, and her email address, christylee@openmortgage.com. Same thing with me. You can email me at larrylee@openmortgage.com, or you can go larryleeteam.com, or you can Google me, Larry the Mortgage Guy, and you'll probably find me. Okay. Let's work together. Let's follow up on your age leads. Let's do some marketing together. Open house flyers. We can do postcard mailouts. You can attend the social media master. It's just on Fridays, but it's probably gonna be on Friday eventually. But right now it's Wednesday because of the summer. I can provide listing booster and list supports to do lead capture for your listings. Provide a private IDX that only brings you, or we have event space. If you have like a first-time home buyer seminar or a first-time owner seminar you want to run, or you can join the Real Estate Robot Army or Robot Generals Coaching Group. Okay. Again, you can't beat the rocket in your own backyard. But you can definitely, if you can't beat the rocket on the internet, but you can definitely beat them in your own backyard. But I always ask you, is this true? Is the robot ticker actually happening? And it looks like rocket's back there. So they are taking over, right? So again, I really appreciate you guys being on this call. If you have any questions, always give me a call, text, email me, whatever you like. And I would love to connect with you. Right. I really appreciate this, Larry, the robot maker, robot general. I'm out. All right. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate you guys being here. See you later.